And good afternoon, everyone. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor. My name is Jim, and this is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG network. This is a directed network, and I am net control. If at any time during this net should an emergency arise, please notify net control, and we will stand by and allow those in need to access this frequency. Is there any priority or emergency traffic at this time? And hearing nothing, we will continue. This net is all about ham radio. If you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. We are recording now live till 5, and then we'll post it up on YouTube, so you can come by later and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, that's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, and that will take you to our QSO-VLOG page, where we're now featuring about 1,370 QSO-VLOG Aircheck recordings. Our mission statement for the KC9VKV QSO-VLOG network is to establish a higher technical level of radio transmissions of the human voice by the intelligent utilization of available electronics in current amateur radio transceivers. Our setup, while generic in nature, converts the average 10 dB dynamic range transmitter with an average 30% of peak modulation to a much fuller 3 dB dynamic range with an average 80 to 85% of peak modulation. This substantial boost in audio level transmit is extremely beneficial in high noise levels and heavy QRM. It allows you to punch through when others fail. The second part of our transmitter setup has to do with proper mic equalization. We're looking to optimize the transmitted voice for a higher degree of intelligibility through the use of EQ patterns that bring out the articulation aspects of the human voice. Again, why need to hear the voice if you can't understand the words? Also this afternoon on the receive side, we're running 4 Internet SDR receivers monitoring Rochester, New York, Milford, Pennsylvania, Atlanta, Georgia, and Arlington, Virginia, trying to get a better copy on our 100-watt friends. Now the audio from these 4 SDR receivers comes up on a 6-position rotary selector. Also on this selector is our local receiver audio. And today, our local receiver is running 2 large 10-foot vertical magnetic loop antennas, one aimed north and south, the other east and west. The north and south mag loop can be rotated. They are selected by a 3-position rotary selector. Position 3 of this selector is a co-phase option that many times is 3 to 4 dB hotter than mag loop 1 or 2 by themselves. We do use a lot of rotary selectors in our shack, mainly because there's nothing faster than a rotary switch for comparing multiple signals. Also today, on the transmit side, we'll be running our no SWR specifically oriented dipole antenna. One leg of this dipole is broadside to Montreal, Canada. The other leg is broadside to Miami, Florida. As we were constructing our station, our mantra was 20 over from Montreal to Miami with a hotspot through the Carolinas. And although conditions may vary, the general performance of this antenna supports its mission. Also today, we'll be running our input source indicator. So when we switch from an Internet SDR receiver to our local receiver, you'll be able to hear the switch and see the switch. You'll have to check it out on our YouTube QSO-VLOG video. Well, those are our working conditions. How about yours? This is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG network. And now let's see if Charlie K1GZL is on frequency to bring us up to date on the latest 40-meter band propagation. Charlie's QTH is up north in northern New Hampshire, near the Canadian border. Charlie, got a copy?
Yes, Jim, I sure do. 20 over 9 solid direct. And if you're copying me okay, I have something I could play for you. You might get a kick out of. Go ahead.
Charlie, I'm receiving you about 15 over on my local antenna. Roger?
Yeah, I'd be anxious to hear a recording on your local because your local is normally a little bit better in quality than the SDRs. Yesterday I had quite a nice QSO with Captain Mike, KX4 Whiskey Charlie, pardon me, she was traveling from Sacramento, California to Philadelphia. I picked him up over central Nebraska and worked him solidly right just to the city of Chicago. He was at, when I recorded this part of it, he was over Des Moines, Iowa, or just a hair north of Des Moines, at an elevation of 37,000 feet, and with a good tailwind was moving a little more than 600 miles per hour to the east. So I've got Captain Mike right here. Let me see if I got him. Wait a minute.
Let's see, we're just north of Cedar Rapids. Cedar Rapids is
Iowa.
370, and I'm showing just about 800 miles from Philadelphia, arriving just about 1:30 Eastern time. It's got about 80, actually looks like a 90 knot tailwind right now, with a ground speed of 550 knots. So, back to you, K1, K2, -51, over.
Okay, there we go.
Last time, Charlie, I was on with KS7 Echo Jim down there in Phoenix, and of all patients, there was the one in Australia. Of all patients, there was the one in Australia. Came back to us to.
Okay, and that was Captain Mike yesterday morning. And I've been getting Ian consistent. I was not on this morning. Here's Ian on 40 yesterday morning.
Yellow 2130 as well. We've are okay, 73 around, and down to Charlie South. KN4, Germany, Bravo Zulu, Victoria, Kilo 3, Mike Oscar. Okay, very good, Ian. Yeah, you're coming in good.
Okay, there you are, Jim. I hope you copied that. KC9VKV, K1GZL.
Roger, Charlie. Well, yeah, I started off on my local antenna, and then towards the middle of that, I did motivate over to Rochester, which was even a better signal. And then just for kicks, I checked out Milford, and that was even a better signal. So I'm on, I'm on Milford at the moment, Roger.
Roger. You're still a good copy. I hope Captain Mike came through all right.
Oh, yes. Both, all those the recordings sounded magnificent, Roger.
All those recordings sounded magnificent, Roger.
Okay, Jim, I won't hold you too long on there. I still got a little bit of a cough, but I'm still waiting the results. Of Civic 19 test, and KB1IZU was my and he was bothered with almost the same conditions I was, weakness and a cough. And although I don't seem to have a fever or deep lung problems, but there's a lot of cases developing right up here in the northern end of New Hampshire, Jim. So, in fact, it's starting to hit the closer nursing home, which it hadn't at all up until recently. So, it's starting to have quite an inroad up here. So we have to test when we can. Fortunately, we didn't have to wait in line. We got it all done in 15 minutes. Boy, they have to put so much material on that it looks like they're in diving suits making the test. Makes everybody, at least the two people checking us out, and look like they were barrels. There was so much padding, so much they were wearing. So at least locally up here, they're not taking any chances. KC9VKV, always a pleasure, Jim, K1GZL.
Roger, Roger, Charlie. Well, you know, you kind of got to be suited up when you're, you know, working 50,000 volts, so to speak, you know. So I definitely understand what you're saying there. I wish you a speedy recovery from your momentary setback, and hopefully it's not anything more than just cold. But we say 73 up that way, sir, and thanks for checking in, and we'll be looking forward to hearing you next Friday afternoon on the QSO-VLOG net. So 73s for now. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. This afternoon, the QSO-VLOG net. We are looking for radios that folks want to check out. We are recording now live till 5. So if you do have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
You want to check out? Give me a shout. Whiskey Bravo 3 Alpha Charlie Charlie. Whiskey Bravo 3 Alpha Charlie Charlie.
Alpha Charlie Charlie, come back slowly phonetically with your call again, please, sir.
Alpha Charlie Charlie. I talked to you a couple of weeks ago, Jim, and I think I made some alterations on the transmit side. I had the graph in front of me. I knocked some of the lows off and pulled the middle up and pulled the upper ends up, and I've got my amplifier up and running. How's sound? Go ahead.
Oh, I think you've got a handle on it, sir. It sounds beautiful, Roger.
Sir, it sounds beautiful, Roger. Hey, you say that just makes me that makes my day, Jim. I really appreciate that.
Roger, well, it's a pleasure to hear audio that's, you know, finely tuned, and yours has got the mark of approval on it, sir, for sure. And one more time with the call sign. I think we doubled last.
With the call sign, I think we doubled last. Okay, Whiskey Bravo 3 Alpha Charlie Charlie. You and I talked a couple weeks ago, and you made some suggestions, and you also suggested I get my amp running. Well, I did. I got my old Kenwood cranking. It's about 500 or 600 watts out now. So, how copy? Go ahead.
Oh, just beautiful. I'm copying you on Milford, PA. Come back and tell me a little bit about your antenna system, and I'll switch over to my local antenna. Roger.
Switch over to my local antenna. Roger. Okay, I'm Ben Burkle, that MFJ jobby down there. That's pretty much my go-to antenna for general use, and it served me well. I've worked some DX with it and some FT8 and everything else, and I'm just happy with it. Go ahead.
Roger, I got probably about 10 over on my local antenna, so I can really look at the spectrum analyzer. The internets are nice, the internet SDRs are nice, but they do have a little low frequency roll off there, about 300 cycles or so on down, and they kind of roll it out. So mine is it's FT990 highly modified receiver transmitter, and it's good down to 100 cycles, and you were probably rolling out at about 250 or so, but a nice bottom in there, and good overall balance. Roger.
Thank you, Jim. I'm looking at the graphic equalizer. I found the graphic equalizer on this 890, and it slices it up to 300 little slices. You can regular equalizer. You can run the sliders up and down, So I did talk to a friend of mine. He's almost walking distance. Of course, we jacked the power way down. And he said, it sounds like I was talking to him face to face. Go ahead.
Absolutely, yes. Just beautiful EQ there, and you know that's a multi-band equalized on the transmit side, Roger.
Yes, receive is another set of controls on it, but I mess around with that, and some audio is good, some audio is bad. You know, everybody's audio is a little bit different, so you know.
Roger. Well, a lot of folks get lost in those 10-band EQs. You know, it's like you know, something out of Star Wars to try to adjust those for some folks. But you know, if you kind of know what you're doing, and my main premise on those 10 bands is you try to stay flat in the mid-range from about 750 cycles up to maybe 1.5. Try to stay flat in those areas, because the bottom end has got to come up to balance with the mid-range, and the top end has got to to come up to balance for the mid-range. And if you jack the mid-range up, it's so much harder for the ends, the top and the bottom, to catch up with it. So usually we just keep those mid-range EQs flat, and then just work balance on the either end. And that's so much a point that even ICOM in their 7300 decided they didn't need a mid-range EQ because they wanted to keep that flat anyway, so why even put it there? So all you have on the 7300 is a treble equalization and a bass equalization to catch up with the mid-range, or to balance to the mid-range, and that's all you really need, Roger.
Okay, I understand. I'm looking at the graph right now. I'll read them off real quick. 0 is minus 12, 300 is minus 8, 600 is minus 6, 900 is minus 3, then at 1200 I have 0, 1500 plus 2, 18 plus 3, 21 plus 3, 24 plus 2, then 27 at 0, and 3,000 at minus 1, 3,300 minus 2, and goes on down to minus 5, minus 7, down to around minus 7 and 4, 9. So does that sound reasonable?
Yeah. You could not have to roll off that topper end. You know, you've got a filter that will take care of that top end. You're running, I'm assuming, 100 to 2900 bandpass. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I recommend. Usually that's, about max. The 7300 has 3 positions for a bandpass, and I recommend all 3 positions be set to 100 to 2900. There's no sense in having to, make that radio less than what it can be, Roger.
This is the 890, the Kenwood 890. It has all that little, you can adjust all the little slices. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger, I'm just saying, that 100 to 2900 is the best bandpass that I recommend, Roger.
Very good, Jim. Thank you very much for the complimentary, and thank you for your help that you've done me and everybody else. I appreciate it. And I'll let you catch up with everybody else. KC9VKV, WB3ACC. Stay safe and, stay healthy, Jim. Thanks.
Roger, ACC. What's the name there and the location?
Lima Echo, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Roger Lee. Good sound. Way to go. 73. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you've got a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Whiskey, okay, Zulu 2 Papa. Kilo 2.
There's a whiskey something station. Come back slowly with a call sign.
Whiskey Zulu 2 Papa.
Whiskey Zulu 2 Papa. Go ahead. What's your name, sir?
Hello, Jim. This is Rich, Romeo India Charlie Hotel, located in Garrison, New York. Back on 417, you were nice enough to pick me up and provide a test. That day I discovered I was having an issue with my foot switch. I know you speak to a lot of people. There was a thumping going on, just in case it jogs your memory. And today I'm running a different microphone, and I did have a question. I'm running one of the 7300s, and totally agree with you. It's real easy to get the audio sounding reasonable on this thing because they made it so easy. You can't, there's not too much on the menu. And that's good for me. So, Jim, you're doing about an S9, a little over S9 here, and let's just make sure you hear me okay. And then I had a question on the filter. Hang on one second here. Okay, I think I moved the filter by mistake. When it comes to the sharp and the soft, I wonder what your recommendation is on that.
Is this a transmit control?
I think it is, yeah.
All right, start with 1. Give me a 10 count. Start with 1, and at between 5 and 6, shift to the other location or the other position.
Now that I just realized, it might only be I don't know. So it said it might be a receive function, so I might have to take that back. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, position 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, position 2.
I didn't notice anything shifting at all on the audio, Roger.
Yeah, I think, you know what? I think I realized it's just on the receiver. So that was a question I answered myself. But what's going to be good, and if I do find myself in this particular recording that you've made, and I really appreciate what you do for the hams, it's a great thing. I can then compare it to the vlog of, it was a few days after the 17th of April, and that's a great way for me to sort of self-test myself through a very good system you've got, and I love your station. It looks great. Jim, back over to you.
Thank you, Rich. I just have a question there about your audio. Now, it's very close in the dynamic range department, but just wanted to follow up on that. You are running that compressor at a 3. Is that a Roger?
Yeah, correct. What do you suggest?
Okay, 3 is fine. Then move to your ALC and take a look, and we want to be mid-scale to 2/3 on your ALC adjustment by way of mic gain control.
Okay, stand by a second. Okay, ALC is pretty hot. Okay, so I was at 18%. This is a dynamic mic that I actually made. So if you want mid-scale, wow, I'm way down to 5% now from 18%. It's still throwing quite a bit of ALC, but it's not going beyond the red marker. Over.
Roger, but it's going at least mid-scale and headed towards 2/3. Is that a Roger?
Oh, for sure, yeah. Even at 5% here, in fact, okay, here at 2%. So here's 2%. This is Whiskey Zulu 2 Papa. This is 5%. This is Whiskey Zulu 2 Papa. This is 10%. This is Whiskey Zulu 2 Papa. And back up to where I started at 18%, Whiskey Zulu 2 Papa. Over.
Wow, that sounds nice. Just as long as you're not, exceeding the speed limit on your ALC. You want to stay within, the guidelines there. Probably the hottest you want to be is 2/3. I think you could go higher, but you start running towards maybe some distortion, a tad of distortion, and I would rather have it just absolutely clean. So if you stay mid-scale to 2/3, your audio would be pristine. Roger?
Okay. Well, while I was running through those percentages, was there a dramatic difference at all?
There was about looked to me about a 3 dB boost from your lower settings to your higher settings. But if those are, by way of pushing the ALC, I didn't hear any necessary increased distortion, which is, interesting. So where you were at the hottest was still not, there was no detectable distortion, Roger.
Okay, yeah. My voice tends to be, quite loud, and, I basically have to learn to perhaps not get right up on the microphone either, although you tend to lose some of the low end. But I believe this is a 34 millimeter large diaphragm element in a sort of, what do you call it, breadboarded, like what is it, 87 Neumann circuit. So that's what you're hearing on the 7300, over.
Well, but the difference is U87 is a condenser microphone, whereas I think you said you were working a dynamic.
I'm actually a condenser is what I meant. Yeah, Roger?
Oh, Roger. I would think that you might be able to get a little bit more bottom end there if you would be up to a test and you know where your tone control settings are for the 7300. If you would go to the tone controls and let me know what your current EQ situation is on that 7300.
I have the bass at -3 and the treble on +3, over.
Okay, just for kicks, come up to flat on your bass control.
Okay, this is Whiskey Zulu 2 Papa with 0 at on the bass level. Whiskey Zulu 2 Papa, over.
Okay, I think that sounds a lot better. You were very much in the top end, and that gave you a little more body. Now the thing is, with that more body, you probably would need a foam windscreen if conditions permit you to get one of those. Roger.
Yeah, and I do have a foam windscreen. Are you getting plosives on this thing?
Just a little mouth noise, very, very, very minute. But if you have a windscreen, go ahead and put it on.
I've been I've been running it with the windscreen from the beginning. Over.
Roger. Now, is that slipped over the front, and you're working precisely into the front of that microphone?
Yeah, it's a side address mic, and it is over the the top front. So I'm speaking into basically the side of the windscreen versus the front of the the top of the windscreen, where like an SM58 would be addressed. Over.
Yes, okay, that is what I was hearing. You see, the front of that windscreen, the foam windscreen, is designed for front articulation, and it's very thin on the sides. So that's why I was hearing a slight, mouth noise, because you're working it from the side. Just out of curiosity, try working that mic from the top directly in. Let me just hear what that sounds like.
Okay, Jim. This is Whiskey Zulu 2 Papa. Yeah, it's certainly not the way the element is positioned, but this is from the front of the microphone. Over.
Roger, not too bad. Not quite as heavy on the bottom end, but now come to the side. Address it from the side.
Yeah, the other thing I can do is I've got one of those stocking round additional windscreens I could actually mount to my boom arm in front of this windscreen. It would give it some added sideway protection. Over.
Roger. Nothing. It was nothing to to be concerned about. Very, very slight mouth noises is what I was hearing. And not a bunch of that, but enough that seemed to indicate to me that the foam windscreen was not there, and it was there, but you were working into the side of it, and it's designed for the foam windscreen is designed for front attack, and at the front of that foam windscreen is about twice to 3 times as thick as it is on the sides. Roger?
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense. I didn't think of it before, but I would agree that this particular kind of windscreen was definitely designed for a front addressing, like a standard mic versus a side address. So, listen, Jim, I really appreciate you spending the time with me. Again, I'm sure I'm not the only one that greatly appreciates what you do, and I thank you for taking the time and being patient to help me out. And always good to then replay it on the YouTube channel. So enjoy your weekend. Stay well. Stay safe. This is Whiskey Zulu 2 Papa. Thank you again.
Roger, Rich, I'm seeing activity down to 100 cycles there now on your audio on my spectrum analyzer. Not a bunch, but I think the curve is nice. It's fuller with that bass frequency being brought up to flat, fuller sound than where it was. So, try it like that and see if anybody salutes. We'll catch you later. Thanks for checking in. 73. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG network. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
You want to check out, give me a shout.
Okay, I was running through the neighborhood there on my SDRs, and I didn't hear anybody tremendously loud, but you guys give me another shot here. I'm copying the mail on Milford.
Victor Echo 1YW. Charlie Papa Mobile.
Mobile, go ahead.
Mobile, go ahead. Victor Echo 3 Papa Charlie Papa Mobile. How are you today?
I'm doing great, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing great, sir. How you doing? Oh, not too bad, not too bad. Just wanted to drop in and say good afternoon to you. On my way home from work as usual.
Roger. Now, what road are you traversing down at the moment?
Well, I'm on a secondary road here. It's called County Road 20. And I'm in Midwestern Ontario, about, maybe 2.5 hours northwest of the city of Toronto, QSO.
Roger that. And what is the speed limit? I'm trying to figure out all these aspects of your current maneuverings, Roger.
The speed limit here is 80 kilometers an hour, and that's what I'm doing much more.
typically the speed limit in most areas of Ontario for
keep it under 100.
roads. 4-lane highways are 100 kilometers an hour.
Roger, we're sounding really good. Roger, sounded really good. Roger?
Roger, sounded really good. Roger?
Very good, Jim. Well, the name here is Rob, in case you forgot. And anyway, I'm running my Kenwood TS120S with a Hustler mobile antenna on the roof and a static D104 hand mic in the car here at QSO.
Roger, nice and crisp, and because of that, there's no audible mobile noise with your audio at all that I can hear, Roger.
With your audio at all that I can hear, Roger?
Oh, very good. Well, you know, that's hopefully having it set up at the right level and not getting much background noise. So anyway, thanks for being there, and I'll let you get back to some other stations there. 7-3, and have a good afternoon. KC9VKV, the 3 PCP mobile.
Roger, Rob. And what radio are you running today?
I'm running my Kenwood TS120S.
120 Sam?
120 Sam?
QSO.
Roger, Rob. 73, sir. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate that. And if you get a chance, join us next Friday. We'll be looking for you. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG network. We're recording now live till 5. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Whiskey 4. Whiskey 3, Hotel Delta Golf.
Kilo 2, Lima Charlie.
Lima Charlie, go ahead.
Lima Charlie, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Jim. The name is Linwood, Lima, India, November, Whiskey, Oscar Delta, Linwood, Kilo 2, Lima Charlie. I'm probably not doing what you would like for me to do. I'm using a remote ham location because I'm trying to give access to some of my friends who are in retirement facilities that can't put up a radio. So I'm trying to see if this sounds okay to use this afternoon.
Roger does. Not quite the top end that I would like, but considering the last show up there, I think you're doing great, Roger.
Roger. Thank you.
Kind of cut out there, Linwood. Do you still copy? The Gremlins got Linwood. He was coming by remote there, and was sounding pretty good for a remote. But I guess the Gremlins got him there. Linwood, you still there? Nope, lost his contact. Well, you were sounding good, Linwood. Let me put it that way. For as long as it went, you were sounding really good. We'll say 73 for now, and maybe if you get yourself back together, give me another shout later on this afternoon or next week, as the case may be. This is KC9VKV, the QSO-VLOG net. If you've got a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Whiskey 3, Hotel Delta Golf.
Bravo, Romeo. Kilo Charlie 3, Kilo Mike, Zulu.
Kilo Mike Zulu. Come back with the call sign slowly, phonetically.
Kilo Charlie 3, Kilo Mike, Zulu, out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Roger. QMZ, what's the name there?
Name is Mo.
That is in MO?
Mike Oscar Echo.
Sorry, we doubled. Repeat.
Mike Oscar Echo.
Roger, Mo. And what radio are you running, sir?
Running Yaesu FT3000.
Roger, sir. Well, if you got just a minute, give me a little rundown on your antenna system, Roger.
Yeah, I'm running 56-foot wire.
All right. Trying to look at your audio, it looks pretty good. Your dynamic range seems to be within 3 dB, so your average percent of peak modulation is 80 to 85%. Just out of curiosity, what is the status of your compressor? Are you running that or no?
Yeah, running the processor and the mic equalizer. I don't know too much about this radio. It's brand new.
Roger, Roger. Do you know how much compression you are running?
No, I don't.
Roger that. Well, we usually recommend just a 3. It's a token amount, something you'll never hear on the air, and that's the main thing with our setup. We try to have a setup that is totally generic for almost any transmitter, and it is unperceivable as far as things working. The thing I hate is to hear items working, like the compressor overly compressed, and you can hear it sucking up kids in the background, and the wife beating the kids, and we try to just use it at a 3 very sparingly, but it does exactly what it needs to do between that and setting up your ALC for mid-scale to 2/3 operation by way of adjusting your mic gain control to make it do that. Then that usually sets the dynamic range at about 3 dB, which means the average percent of peak modulation is between 80 and 85%. Roger?
Yeah, copy that. A lot of this is Greek to me. Like I say, it's new with the radio, and about 3 or 4 years here now.
Roger, I just went over to my local antenna, and you about blew me away. I was on Milford, PA, and I went to my local, and you're a good 20 over, Roger.
Oh, copy that. Yeah, I didn't know how good the radio was doing. I did get a lot of good reports from other stations around the United States, and I kind of liked the radio, and I was running a 450D earlier, and right now I'm not even running a Yaesu mic. I have the Yaesu desk mic for the 450D that I had on this, and I put a Behringer XM 8500 on it.
Roger, sounds pretty good. If you're going to use that mic, I would suggest maybe 2 clicks more boost on the treble, plus 2 from wherever you are, more top-end EQ. Roger?
Yeah, copy that. I will try that.
Roger, Mo, and what's your location?
Yeah, I'm just south of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Roger that, sir. Well, you got it going on. Sounds good, sir.
Well, I thank you. I don't want to tie you up. I know there's a lot of people out there who want to check their radios out, and just wanted to get on there and see what you thought was going on this radio.
Yeah, dynamic range is right there. You might be just a tad hot on your ALC, but nothing to write home about. I would just leave it. Sounds good, Roger.
I'll copy that. All right, I'll sign off with you. Kilo Charlie 3, Kilo Mike Zulu. We'll be clear.
Roger, Mo, 3's that way, sir. 73 that way, sir, and you have a great afternoon. And if you get a chance and you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, that will, with today's date, 11/13/20, that will take you to this recording. Again, if you do go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by today's date, 11/13/20, it will take you directly to this recording, and give us a couple of days to get it uploaded. Roger?
Yeah, copy that. Thank you for all your help.
Roger, Mo, 73, sir. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. There's about 7 stations. Loudest one, take it.
Whiskey 4, Yankee, X-ray Mike.
Whiskey 4 station, X-ray Mike. Is that a Roger?
QSL.
Roger, what's the name there?
Name is Jeff, Juliet Echo Foxtrot Foxtrot.
Roger, Jeff, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
I'm in Macon, Georgia.
Roger that. Tell me about your antenna system for about 10 or 15 seconds, and then we look around and see if I can find a better path. Roger?
QSL, I've got a brand new 7300 pounds and 5 RV, about 50, and got an old Dentron
Roger, Jeff, kind of coming and going, so I didn't find anything. I did wind up on Rochester SDR. It did have a little bit better signal, but I was hoping that you would be, 20 over on the my Atlanta SDR, but no such luck. So anyway, Rochester's doing pretty good right now, Roger.
Rochester's doing pretty good right now, Roger. Yes. I'm, like I said, this is a brand new radio. I haven't even touched anything on it. And when I heard you on here, I started laughing because last time I had a brand new and it was pretty nice.
Roger, and what radio is that you're running?
Roger, and what radio is that you're running? It's ICOM 7300.
All righty, we do, have a generic tune-up for this, for setup for that. If you would be interested, it starts with your compressor at a 3. Engage your compressor at a 3, Roger.
Engage your compressor at a 3, Roger. Okay, I've got compression at a 3 now.
All right, then move to your ALC and adjust your ALC for mid-scale to 2/3 operation by way of manipulating your mic gain control.
Manipulating your mic gain control. Okay, hold on just a second. I thought I knew where it was at. I'm having trouble finding it.
Roger that. When you do find it, the way we suggest to set it up is don't whistle or do a like that. Just speak fairly quickly and do a 10 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You want some fluctuating audio, but you want something to show you where that meter is when you're adjusting it with your mic gain control for mid-scale to 2/3 operation. Roger.
With your mic gain control for mid-scale to 2/3 operation. Roger. Roger. I need to, like I say, it's range, and I need to check it out. I haven't used a hand mic before on that Kimwood. I have the desk mic, and I use the desk as well as a hand mic, and I have stuck with this one here, and it seems to be getting good results.
I can't believe somebody is less than 1 KC off frequency. We've been here, for about an hour, almost an hour, and somebody decides to come in. And I think they're less than 1 KC away. But anyway, what comes around goes around. I'm sure they may be having some difficulty in copying the mail. Might want to move off the frequency. They're about 3 clicks or so up or down would be appreciated. Anyway, Jeff, I think, like I say, when you find your ALC, you want to speak fairly quickly into your microphone, a 10 count there, and with your mic gain control in hand, adjust your ALC for mid-scale to 2/3. Roger?
Adjust your ALC for mid-scale to 2/3. Roger? Yeah, I'll do it, Jim. I'll like I say, I need to read up on this a little more. I'll be a little bit better prepared next time.
Roger. Now, I just went to my loop antenna, and you're somewhat better there at this point. Tell me something about your 7300 that you really like.
Well, I like the SDR feature on it and the audio scope. It's just a really neat radio, these messages.
WA3YOA for a quick check.
Standby station. Jeff, okay, so I think we've done that. I'll let you go there. And like I say, when you find your ALC, how to get to there, you'll need to adjust that for mid-scale to 2/3 by way of your mic gain control. Roger?
I'll do it, Jim. Thank you so much. I'll be clear. W4YXX.
Roger, Jeff, 3's that way, 73, sir, and have a great afternoon. This is KC9VKV station calling. Go ahead.
Sure, this is WA3YOA. We're just setting up a special event station tomorrow at 10 o'clock, celebrating the KDK 100th anniversary. And this is our first test of an antenna today, and I was just curious how is it getting to you? 7300 with an inverted B. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. What's the call sign again, slowly, phonetically?
Sure. I'm giving you my call sign, WA3YOA. Alpha 3, Yankee, Oscar, Alpha.
Whiskey Alpha 3, Yankee, Oscar, Alpha? Is that correct?
Alpha 3, Yankee, Oscar, Alpha, WA3YOA.
Yes, that's what I thought I said. And what's the name, please?
In the 1930s at Saxonburg, PA. How's the signal?
Okay, sir. Not knowing your name, your EQ is terrible. It's just nothing but bottom end. So what radio are you running, sir?
It is a 7300, and I will go fix that.
Yes, sir. I would take both of those tone controls to flat. Let's start there. Both of those bass and treble tone controls to flat, and let me hear you flat. Roger?
Okay. I don't normally use this radio, so it's going to take a few seconds. I'll be right back. WA3YOA.
Roger. And just out of curiosity, what mic are you using?
It's a Yamaha headset mic.
Ah, okay. All right. For starters, I would take that headset mic and I would move it forward as far as it will go, straight out in front of you, just as far as you can get it, and then at the last minute take a 90, on that mic element. So you want to get that boom as far in front of you as you can, and then at the last minute make a 90 on your mic. And let me hear you with that situation. You may be a lot better. This is KC9VKV, WA3YOA. Do you copy? YOA, do you copy? KC9VKV. Stolen by gypsies?
Kilo Echo 8 Alpha Sierra Echo. In and out.
Seriously drifted away.
YOA, do you copy? See, I guess that's the thing about boom mics on headsets. You take it off to adjust the mic, and you're not copying the mail because your earphones are not on one's ears.
Hey, that makes sense. W8KMA.
Well, YOA, going once, going twice. YOA, are you there? We'll catch you later, YOA. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. There were about 8 stations that time. There was 2 of the ended in R, Romeo, I believe. One of those come back.
Alpha Delta 5, Papa Romeo.
Alpha Delta 5. Alpha Delta 5. Come back slowly phonetically with the call sign, please.
Alpha Delta 5, Papa Romeo.
Roger, and what's the name there?
The name here is Art, Alpha Romeo Tango, and I'm located in Art, Alpha Romeo Tango, and I'm located in central Wisconsin, QSL.
Yes, sir, Art. Got a fine copy on you. I'm using the Milford SDR, and you seem to be about a 20 over on Milford, Roger.
SDR, and you seem to be about a 20 over on Milford, Roger.
Roger, Roger. The setup here is a ICOM 7610, +3, -3 on the equalizer. The compressor is on right now in the wide mode with the setting of 3, and I am using a Heil IMC microphone on a boom. Over.
Yes, sir. I still have some poor individual there that's less than 1 kc off frequency, and a little QRM on the frequency. I wish you would move up or down 3. Sir, if you hear my voice, and I'm sure you do, would you move up or down 3? I would appreciate it. And Art, your signal is very nice, sir. The EQ is just perfect, Roger.
Very nice, sir. The EQ is just perfect, Roger.
Oh, Roger, Roger. Thank you very much, James. I appreciate it. I've had some people help me tune this thing, and I was just wondering if I was actually making it out to a professional so I could hear what was going on. Hi.
Oh, yeah. Dynamic range is right where we would put it, 3 dB dynamic range, which means your average percent of peak modulation is running between 80 and 85%. So that's just perfect, Roger.
Between 80 and 85%, so that's just perfect, Roger.
Roger, James. Thank you very much. 85 PR, and I'll be clear with Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor.
Yes, sir. Thanks for dropping by, and if you get a chance to join us next Friday, we'd love to have you. And maybe we could delve into other things like your latest contacts and what folks are saying about your audio. It sounds nice. This is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. We are recording now live till 5, and then we'll post it up on YouTube, and you can check it out by going to YouTube and doing a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor. That's KC9VKV. We're followed by today's date, 11/13/20. So it's the call sign KC9VKV followed by today's date, 11/13/20. Will take you directly to this recording on a YouTube search. This is KC9VKV, and we are listening.
This is KC9VKV, and we are listening.
Kilo.
Hello, James. Victor Echo 3, Papa Delta Lima.
Whiskey Bravo 9.
Papa Delta Lima, come back with the call sign slowly phonetically.
Delta Lima,
Delta Lima.
Call sign slowly phonetically.
Victor Echo 3, Papa Delta Lima.
Alpha Romeo.
Roger, PDL, what's the name there, please?
Bravo 9. Delta Alpha.
Roger, PDL, what's the name there, please?
Very good, James. It's Paul here in Hamilton, Ontario. Victor Echo 3, Papa Delta Lima.
In Hamilton, Ontario?
In Hamilton, Ontario?
Yes, sir. Victor Echo 3, Papa Delta Lima. The first name is Paul. Go ahead, James.
Yes, sir. Got you loud and clear. I'm copying you on the Milford PA SDR. If you would, tell me about your antenna system there for 10 or 15 seconds, Roger.
Tell me about your antenna system there for 10 or 15 seconds, Roger.
Okay, I'm running an ICOM 7000 with an G5RV up about 45 feet into the horizontal position. Hopefully that's long enough to give you an idea what's going on.
Yes, sir, Paul. Well, let's go through the setup, if you would like. First, is your compressor on at a 3, compressor engaged at a 3.
Is your compressor on at a 3, compressor engaged at a 3?
No, sir, it's off completely, but I will turn it on and put it at a 3.
Yes, sir. That would be the beginning of our setup. It's a token amount of compression, but it does exactly what it needs to do. Roger?
It's a token amount of compression, but it does exactly what it needs to do. Roger?
There we go, James. The compression's on at a 3, sir.
Okay, it sounds a little distorted. What's your mic level?
Okay, it sounds a little distorted. What's your mic level?
Just FYI to the station that's slightly off of 7188, this is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. This is the QSO-VLOG network from now until 5 o'clock. Would appreciate it if you would shift up or down 3K. Up or down 3KC. You're a little close to our frequency running the net. Thank you very much. Okay, Paul, go ahead.
Running the net. Thank you very much. Okay, Paul, go ahead.
Okay, James, it's up pretty high. I've got it at 90% at the moment.
Yes, sir. Pull that down to 50% for the moment. Pull it down to 50%.
Down to 50% for the moment. Pull it down to 50%.
Okay, James, there it is at 50%.
Alrighty, now go to your ALC with mic gain in hand and adjust your ALC for mid-scale to 2/3 operation by manipulating your mic gain control.
2/3 operation by manipulating your mic gain control.
And the best way to set that up is, don't whistle or like that. Just speak fairly quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Count something like that. But you need to move those syllables fairly quickly to keep the meter up, so you can see easily how to adjust it. Roger.
Up, so you can see easily how to adjust it. Roger.
Yeah, copy that, James. I'm just trying to find where my ALC thing is here. I just got this radio back out of the shop and haven't used it for a little while, so I got to refamiliarize myself with the menu here.
Oh, roger that, roger that. Gosh, I'm not familiar with that radio at all. So, like I say, though, I tell you what. Why don't you, for the moment, how close are you to the mic?
For the moment, how close are you to the mic? Menu and meter.
About 6 inches away, and it's a boom mic. Just a no-name boom microphone there. One of them ones off the internet.
Okay, somebody was saying where that was. Sir, go ahead.
Okay, somebody was saying where that was. Sir, go ahead.
Yeah, select menu and then select meter.
Did you copy that, Paul?
Did you copy that, Paul?
Okay, I heard somebody say select a menu, and then I missed what he said to hit after that.
Okay, menu, then meter. Select meter after you select the menu. Whiskey Charlie 8 Lima.
Thank you, sir.
Meter should show you your ALC and your compression and your SWR. And before I stick my foot in my mouth, you said you were running a 7300, correct?
No, sir. It's a 7000. ICOM 7000. That's why I wasn't finding it here.
My apologies. I'll back out and shut up.
Thank you, almost.
Anyways, that was kind of you to try to assist. B3PDL here.
Is that PDR or PDL?
Hi, Jim.
Is that PDR or PDL?
Papa Delta Lima.
That's what I thought.
That's what I thought.
Boy, the latency on Milford is somewhere around 6 or 7 seconds today. It's it's really confusing.
6 or 7 seconds today. It's really confusing.
All right, Paul, let's fade back and punt here. You still got a copy?
All right, Paul, let's fade back and punt here. You still got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do, James. While I try to find the ALC setting here, you should continue on with some of the other guys, and I'll try to jump back in with a recheck.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's just let's do a little field thing here. Your mic is at 50% now. Is that a Roger?
Thing here. Your mic is at 50% now. Is that a Roger?
QSL, James.
All right, move it to 40%. And move it to 35%.
Move it to 40%. And move it to 35%.
Okay, the mic gain is now at 35%, sir.
Oh, sounding a lot better. And your compressor is at a 3. Is that a Roger?
A lot better. And your compressor is at a 3. Is that a Roger?
QSL.
I think that'll do it for now. I mean, you can go ahead and search for that ALC meter and how to bring it up, and the way to adjust it. I went into that with you. A 10 count quickly cadenced, and use your mic gain control to adjust it for mid scale to 2/3. Roger.
Control to adjust it for mid scale to 2/3. Roger.
Yes, sir. Copy that, James. Okay, thank you very much again for your help. You helped me out with my 7300 there last Friday, and I'm glad I was able to catch you here this Friday on the other radio. Thank you very much, sir. KC9VKV, V3PDO.
Roger, Paul. And you're in Hamilton. Is that Hamilton, Ontario, right?
Oh, and you're in Hamilton. Is that Hamilton, Ontario, right?
QSL, Hamilton, Ontario. We're about 45 miles southwest of Niagara Falls, New York.
Roger. I would say go ahead and pull that mic down to 30 instead of 35. Still sound just a little hot. So 30 for now, and then when you find out how to bring your ALC up, you can adjust it from mid-scale to 2/3. You'll probably find yourself being still just a little hot, but close enough.
Being still just a little hot, but close enough.
Okay, sir, there it is at 30%, and we'll check it out and see what kind of reports we get. Thanks again, James. Appreciate it, my friend.
Roger, 73, sir. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net, and we are turning to a pumpkin at 5, so if you want to check your radio, give me a shout now as opposed to later. KC9VKV listening.
Give me a shout now as opposed to later. KC9VKV listening.
Whiskey Charlie 8, Alpha Sierra Echo.
Mike Echo Pop. 5 Delta Alpha Mike.
9 Delta Alpha Romeo.
Delta Alpha Romeo, the last one in the group. Come back slowly phonetically with your call sign, please.
Yeah, group. Come back slowly phonetically with your call sign, please.
Gosh, station. I forgot what it was now. If you copy me, come back with what I said. Otherwise, we'll try it again.
Copy me. Come back with what I said. Otherwise, we'll try it again.
Whiskey 5 Delta Alpha Mike.
Let's go again. I'll call tilt on that one. This is KC9VKV, Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. We are listening.
VKV, Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. We are listening.
Kilo Echo 8, Alpha Sierra Echo. Whiskey.
Alpha Sierra Echo. Come back slowly with your call sign, please.
Alpha 3 Echo Golf.
Come back slowly with your call sign, please.
Kilo Echo 8, Alpha Sierra Echo. This is Ron, Romeo, Ocean, November in Michigan.
Alpha Sierra Echo, Ron in Michigan. Is that a Roger?
Sierra Echo, Ron in Michigan. Is that a Roger?
That's QSL. Jim, you are one busy man.
And we're getting fighting somebody that's running about 2 KC off to up or down from me. I don't know, 1 or 2 KC. They're really QRMing the frequency. I wish they would move off 3 one way or the other. But I don't understand how they're actually copying the mail. Anyway, Ron, what radio are you running, sir?
Oh, anyway, Ron, what radio are you running, sir?
Jim, this is a Kenwood TS430S. I think it was manufactured about 1982 or 1984. I have a Kenwood MC60 desk mic I'm talking on, and I am about 112 or 130 feet from a G5 RV hanging about 35 feet in a tree.
Roger, Ron. Okay, your dynamic range is fairly broad. It looks to be about 8 dB or so. We want to move that to about a 3 dB. So setup starts with you engaging your compressor at a token amount, a 3. So you would start with your compressor on at a 3. Roger?
You would start with your compressor on at a 3. Roger?
Okay, now with the mic gain at 30%?
Now, leave your mic gain where it is, but we just want you to turn your compressor on at an input level of 3 on the compressor. Compressor on, and the input to the compressor at a 3. Roger?
Compressor on, and the input to the compressor at a 3. Roger?
Okay, now this, the compressor being the processor on this radio.
Yes, sir. Either one. It's they'll answer to the same name, compressor or processor. Roger.
Name, compressor or processor. Roger.
Yeah, Roger. There's no adjustment for a numerical setting on this processor that I'm aware of.
Oh, so you just have an on or off switch?
So you just have an on or off switch?
That is correct. I have this little switch off, down, up, processor on.
Oh, well, you know, thank your radio creator for being so thoughtful. You know, it astounds me all the time, you know, how people, you know, figure that you don't really need a control, just an off and on switch, you know. They need to sit in the chair for a while and think about it. Well, anyway, I guess what we do then is take your mic gain. Once you get your compressor on, take your mic gain control and turn it down. What is it at the moment?
Gain control and turn it down. What is it at the moment?
Right now, it's about probably way too high at 70%.
Yes, sir. Pull that down to 45. Pull it down to 45 and let me hear you.
45. Pull it down to 45 and let me hear you.
Okay, there we are at about 40 to 45. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, now just give me a dead key for about 5 seconds. Just key it and don't say anything.
Give me a dead key for about 5 seconds. Just key it and don't say anything.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was copying Milford, and they have some compression on their receiver. I'll tell you what, give me about 10 seconds on your antennas. Give me about 10 seconds on what you like best about your radio, and let me see if I can get over to my local antenna.
Like best about your radio, and let me see if I can get over to my local antenna.
Okay. Like I say, it was built in about 1982, and built in about 1982, and I don't know what year they changed over from the tube to solid state, but this wasn't too far away. So hopefully you've had enough time to do what you got to do.
Yeah, I didn't have quite enough signal on my local antenna, but I'm back on Milford. Do you know where your ALC meter is?
So I'm back on Milford. Do you know where your ALC meter is?
Right now, with this tone, my ALC is almost 100%.
Okay, so pull your mic down a little bit further. What were we at, 35 last?
A little bit further. What were we at, 35 last?
I
was almost 40. Right now, ALC is peaking at 50%.
All right, we want to peak just a little bit harder than that. We want to adjust that mic gain to where your ALC is running mid-scale to 2/3. So bring it up just a skosh, Roger. The way to do that would be to talk like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, speaking fairly quickly so that meter will stay up, and then it makes it easier to adjust with your mic gain control from mid-scale to 2/3.
It's easier to adjust with your mic gain control from mid-scale to 2/3.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am about 5 inches from the mic and running approximately 60% to 70% on ALC.
Well, by George, I think we got it there. Ron, sounds good, Roger.
Got it there. Ron, it sounds good, Roger.
Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that. I've never run my mic gain that low before. A lot of times I don't use a processor because everybody, well, not everybody, but some people say that, it just sounds overpowered, which I do understand. Being that my mic gain was that high before.
Yes, Roger. Now, that compressor still wants to rise up for silence. So if you stop speaking, I tell you, give me another dead key for about 4 seconds.
I tell you, give me another dead key for about 4 seconds.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I heard the SDR Milford suck up there, but the QRM came up too. So I didn't hear your room noise much. So I think that's good. Just I wouldn't pause for long periods of time necessarily, because that compressor may expand, more than what you would want. So just a normal conversation, I think that'll do fine, Roger.
Conversation, I think that'll do fine, Roger.
Okay, well, I certainly appreciate that. I've never had a professional return a results for my audio and transmission. I certainly appreciate.
Roger. Well, you get going there, Ron, because Milford PA just kicked me off. It does it about every 20 minutes. I should get a password, but I can't. Sometimes getting a hold of people is like trying to get somebody at YouTube. I don't know if you've ever tried to actually contact a human soul at YouTube, but you can't. It's like Oz, he's behind the curtain, and you don't know exactly what part of the curtain he is. It's the same way with SDR owner folks. There's very difficult to get a hold of them to even request a call, a password. So I guess I'll just be dealing with that for the rest of my life. Anyway, Ron, I think we've accomplished great things, Roger.
Okay, I certainly appreciate it.
Things, Roger.
Okay, I certainly appreciate it, Jim. Everything looks pretty good here. I'm within ALC limits, and like I say, I don't normally use my processor. Now, is it your recommendation that leave the processor on and tune it this way?
Yes, sir. Leave the compressor on, and you're ready to go. You've already made your adjustment to your ALC with the processor on, so you can't hear it unless you take long pauses, and then you could probably hear it with a long pause like that. But normally you would never hear it, and that's the way we like to set things up. There's nothing worse, I think, than hearing a compressor doing all this suck up between words. And yours is not doing that, Roger.
Suck up between words, and yours is not doing that, Roger.
Okay, I certainly appreciate it. Okay, Jim, I certainly appreciate your expertise and your assistance. Again, I certainly appreciate your setting this up. I've never done it before, and I certainly appreciate it. All right, KC9VKV KE8 ASC 73s. Be careful, and thank you.
Roger, Ron, 73, sir. Thanks for dropping by, and you have a great rest of the afternoon, a beautiful weekend coming up. And if you get a chance, join us next Friday. We'll appreciate it, compare notes and see what's been going on. Anyway, this is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you've got a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Whiskey Charlie 8 Lima.
Whiskey Charlie 8. What was the rest? Give me the call sign from the top, please.
Whiskey Charlie 8 Lima, Jim.
Jim, very good. Thank you very much. Good, very, very nice. K7 Japan Oscar Echo shouting out for you, Jim.
Roger. Stand by, sir. We were just contacting WC8L Lima. Roger.
8L Lima, Roger.
Roger. Name here is Sonny, Sierra Oscar November Yankee. I currently run an IC 7300.
Okay, Sonny, and what's your location, sir?
I'm north central West Virginia.
Okay, and give me about 10 to 15 seconds on your, describe your antenna system.
Okay, I'm running an IC 7300. Right now I'm running a horizontal loop that's 540 feet long, and it's tuned really well to 160 down to 10.
Roger, that is Destiny calling you?
Unfortunately, I'm just going to let it ring. You're more important right now.
All righty, we have some ill-mannered person tuning up on the frequency. The frequency is in use. Oh man, the frequency is in use. KC9VKV and QSO with WC8L. And Sony, on that setup on the 7300, if you would be interested, it starts with the compressor engaged at a 3. Roger.
Okay, I just adjusted it to 3.
Alrighty, then move to your ALC with mic gain in hand and adjust your ALC by speaking fairly rapidly into the microphone 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, so it keeps the needle up there, and with mic gain in hand adjust that for mid-scale to 2/3 operation.
Okay, Jim, I'll adjust the ALC here to mid-scale, and it looks like it's about 50% right now. Is that okay?
Okay, we want to be just a little hotter than that. Mid-scale to 2/3. Mid-scale to 66.23 or 70, somewhere near.
Okay, I got you. What you're talking about here? Let's see. I currently have my ALC or my mic gain set to about 80, and to be honest with you, the ALC is not peaking further than 50%.
All right. Let me. I'm having a meltdown here. Hang on just a minute. Your compressor is on a 3. Is that a Roger? It sounds a little hot for the compression level, but we want it on at a 3.
Roger. Verified it's on and set at 3.
Okay, give me a dead key for about 4 seconds, if you would. Yeah, it sounds hotter than a 3. It just, you had a lot of trash that expanded out, and usually a 3 on a 7300 is, I tell you what, pull your mic gain down to about 45.
Okay, my gain is currently at 45.
Okay, now hold me a dead key for about 4 seconds. Hello, you copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I couldn't tell whether you backed off or not. Tell you what, pull your mic gain to about 40. Pull it to about 40.
Okay, it's set at 40.
Okay, now go to your ALC and tell me what you get there with with your test. Your syllables moving fairly quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and tell me what your ALC meter is reading.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It seems to run about from the 50% mark. It's probably averaging about the 40% mark.
Roger. The compressor still sounds hot. You're running a 7300, right?
You're running a 7300, right? That's correct. I'm a 7300 with the high LICM mic on it.
Okay, hold me a dead key again.
Okay.
All right, I'll tell you what, put that compressor on a 1.
Okay, compressor's currently on 1.
And hold me a dead key. Yeah, it's not, didn't vary at all. Put it, you were on a 1 that last time on your compressor, Roger?
Roger.
Yeah, I don't know why it's expanding so much because, you should be just setting that compressor. I tell you what, go to a 6 and let's see what happens at a 6 on that compressor. Try to figure out what's going on there.
Okay, Jim, compressor set at 6.
And hold me a dead key for 4 seconds. Okay, I tell you what, count very softly. 100, 200, 300, 400, as you hold it for 4 seconds, but very softly on the count, so I can hear you. It looked like your compressor went up and then backed all the way down again. So I just want to hear hear you in there, but very lightly.
100, 200, 300, 400, 500.
About a third that loudness. Very, very softly. Very, very softly. Yeah, key for 4.
100, 200, 300, 400, 500.
Okay, just dead key without counting. Yeah, all right. I would say, I'm not sure what's going on with that compressor, but I would say put it to a 1, adjust it for just a 1, and then come back and tell me about the thing you like best about your radio there.
Okay, Jim, and I have a fairly raspy voice anyway, but the most recent favorite project I had was putting in that 540-foot horizontal loop and being able to get out there and trim all the leaves off the trees and the branches and get those insulators up in the air and have it actually work pretty well for me. So it was a pretty good project for me.
Roger, sounds pretty good. Now, do you know where your EQ is? Your tone control?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll look real quick.
Alrighty, sir. This is KC9VKV, Friday afternoon, QSO-VLOG net, talking to Sonny, WC8L, and he is looking for his tone controls, so we might make some adjustments.
Okay, my transmit bass is 0, and my transmit treble is +2.
Okay, take that treble control to 2 clicks up from where it is to a 4. Tone control, top end, treble control to a 4.
Okay, the transmit treble is +4, up 2 from what it was.
Ah, I like that. That gives you a little edge on your voice there for articulation, and that's the whole thing about being able to understand what somebody's saying, is that their speech is articulated enough under poor conditions, say a bunch of noise, a bunch of QRM. They need to be able to hear what they're saying, so we want that audio to be articulated, so you really help that with that two-click boost on the top end, Roger.
Two-click boost on the top end, Roger.
Oh, Roger, Jim. Well, I'm glad we got a little progress made now. I appreciate your expert ears you have there.
Roger. Well, by hook or crook, I think you've got a great signal there now. Your dynamic range is 3 dB, which means your average percent of peak modulation is between 80 and 85%, and your speech is much better articulated. So when you're in the pileups, or when you're facing 90 dB of noise or something, somebody's got a real good chance of being able to not only hear you but understand the words you're speaking.
Okay, Jim, again, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm sure there's somebody else that wants to get in here before your time runs out. So, Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, Whiskey Charlie 8 Lima. Thanks again.
Roger, Sonny. 3 Setways. Have a good afternoon, a beautiful weekend. And if you get a chance, join us next Friday. We run between 3:30 and 5 and record the full time. And we are recording now and have been since 3:30. And we'll be posting it up on YouTube in the next couple of days. So if you want to hear what your radio sounds like, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, followed by today's date, 11/13/20, that will take you directly to this recording. And if you just want to hear some of the other QSOs, our QSO-VLOG page, we're running about 1,370 some odd recorded QSO-VLOGs, and so you might peruse through those. We have a little bit of everything there, and other alternatives for modulation, sounds, and thing is, to be able to hear other people's transmissions, you might come across some ideas to embellish your own. Although, to me, I think you're just absolutely perfect, and I would get the Gorilla Tape out and tape everything down, Roger.
Tape everything down, Roger.
Roger. And, all right, Dr. VKV, I appreciate everything you did for me. 73.
Roger, Sonny. 3 Setways, 73. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. This is KC9VKV, about 3 minutes till 5, and we turn into a pumpkin at 5, so if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Whiskey 4, Mike Echo Papa, W4 MEP, Southeastern Virginia.
There's a W4 station out there, Come back with your call sign slowly, phonetically.
Whiskey 4, Mike Echo Papa.
Whiskey 4, Mike Echo Papa, is that a Roger?
Echo Papa, is that a Roger?
That's correct. W4 MEP, Southeastern Virginia. Name is Mike.
Roger, Mike. Well, let's see here. What radio are you running, sir?
I'm running a IC 7300 up on inverted V.
Okay, let's do a setup on your radio if you would like.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right, it starts with a compressor engaged at a 3. That's our standard generic setup that starts with the compressor engaged at a 3. Roger?
The compressor is engaged at a 3.
All right, yeah, and I tell you what, normally we would go to the ALC for level adjustment, but I think I want to go to your tone controls. Do you know how to get to there?
Yep, I sure do. Stand by. Give me 1 second, and I will tell you where it's at.
Okay, because, Mike, you're really upper mid-range only. We want to try to broaden that out. And as we broaden that out, your level's going to shift, so it's ridiculous to even go to the ALC before we try to expand your audio curve just a little bit.
Yeah, I think we found the problem. My bass is at a -5, and treble's at a +4.
Roger, bring your bass up to flat. bring that bass up to flat and let me hear you.
The bass up to flat and let me hear you.
All right, I got the bass at flat.
Okay, I take that bass to +2.
Take that bass to +2.
Okay, the bass is +2.
And now you sure you went the right way?
And now you sure you went the right way?
I did. Bass went up to +2.
Okay, take it to a +3.
Okay, take it to a +3.
Bass, transmit bass is +3.
Okay, just out of curiosity, what's your treble control setting?
What's your treble control setting?
Treble +4.
Okay, bring treble down to 2 clicks to +2. To +2 on the treble control.
To +2 on the treble control.
Treble control is down to a +2.
Okay, and tell me about the best thing you like about your radio.
The best thing you like about your radio.
I'm a relatively new ham here. I just got the 7300 and being able to work the waterfall, gives you a broader scope, it's all different kinds of options. 7300 is a pretty good unit.
Okay, Mike, what microphone are you using there?
What microphone are you using there?
I'm just trying out one of these Chinese condenser mics. Might be part of my problem.
Do you have, you wouldn't happen to have another microphone around, would you?
Another microphone around, would you?
I do not.
Ah, the plot thickens. How far off of that mic are you working?
Off of that mic are you working?
About 6 inches.
Okay, come up to about 2 inches away from that mic and let me hear you.
2 inches away from that mic and let me hear you.
All right, how do we sound here?
Just give me you're still pretty thin. I'm not understanding why you're so thin there. I hate to go. Well, go ahead to +5 on the bass.
Add to +5 on the bass.
Sounds like the filters are off.
Yeah, Mike, you should be running that radio on a bandpass of 100 to 2900. 100 to 2900, Mike, on that radio.
900, Mike, on that radio.
All right, I should be on the 100 to 2900.
Roger, you think you were not?
Roger, you think you were not?
No, I was. That's the TBW, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not on that. I was in a narrow.
Okay, so that explains a lot. I would tell you what I would do with that radio, Mike. You have 3 possibilities of settings. I would take all 3 of those to 100 to 2900. I would make all 3 of those bandpass settings 100 to 2900, so you do not have an option of running that radio in any other mode than 100 to 2900, because it's a shame to run that radio in anything else but 100 to 2900. Roger?
100 to 2900, Roger.
Yeah, I copy. I'll get in there and change them all to the 100 to 2900 so my fingers don't push that button again.
Yes, sir, but right now you're in the 100 to 2900, Roger?
The 100 to 2900, Roger.
That is correct.
Okay, and your EQ is now +5 on the bass?
EQ is now +5 on the bass?
Correct. +5 on bass, +2 on treble.
Okay, come up to 2 more clicks on the top end, so you're at +4 on treble, Roger?
4 on treble, Roger.
I copy. I'm up on +4 on treble.
Alrighty, and tell me the best thing you like about your radio.
Tell me the best thing you like about your radio.
The waterfall is really nice to look at. It's easy to operate. I have my 12-year-old son is starting to get into hams too, so he's usually sitting here right behind me, and he's able to see it visually.
Roger, I think we're making great improvements. I need for you to go to your ALC now and check your ALC level for mid-scale to 2/3 by way of manipulation of your mic gain control.
Manipulation of your mic gain control.
All right, I'm running about 50%. I can bring up the mic gain a little bit, and ALC doesn't appear to be moving very much. I'm coming up 50%.
Yeah, I would go back to 40%. Take it back to 40%. Let me hear you.
Get back to 40%. Let me hear you.
All right, there we go. We're 40%, and we're just a touch above 50% on the ALC.
Yeah, I would go with that. That sounds really good there. That mic doesn't have quite the top end. You know, the hand mic that you got originally with your radio, that 7300, is just a beautiful piece of work that just demonstrates the capabilities of that radio so good. You know, and when you move to another microphone, you're going to have to play EQ catch-up to duplicate the great sound of that hand mic, Roger.
That hand mic, Roger.
Yeah, copy. I've got the hand microphone. I just don't have it right here with me.
Right, and it's not probably as convenient as a boom mic or a desk mic or something like that. I understand that. I just wanted you to know that that hand mic is a very nice hand mic. It sounds great with that radio, Roger.
Sounds great with that radio, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. I was trying to switch over to the boom so I can use a foot switch, but if the audio reports aren't doing good, it's not worth it, right?
I'm sorry, sir. We have some very discourteous person tuning up on the frequency. Very discourteous. Frequency is in use, sir. Do not tune up on an active frequency. It's not nice. Mother Nature does not like folks that tune up on active frequencies. Mike, I think you're sounding pretty good, buddy.
Mike, I think you're sounding pretty good, buddy.
All right, well, I really appreciate you coming back to me, and I'm going to have to look you up on YouTube and see how I sound. I really appreciate what you do there.
Okay, just want to review real quickly. Your compressor is just at a 3, Roger?
Compressor is just at a 3, Roger.
That is correct. My compressor is only at a 3.
Okay, and your mic level is where?
Okay, and your mic level is where?
My gain is 40%.
Okay, take it to 30% and let me hear you.
Take it to 30% and let me hear you.
All right, we got mic gain at 30%.
I think that sounds better. I was hearing just a little bit of gnawing on your audio level. It sounds better at 30, Roger.
Sounds better at 30, Roger.
All right, copy. I'm sitting here at 30, a compression at 3. I really appreciate the help.
Yes, sir. Mike 3's, and what's your location?
3's, and what's your location?
I'm in Chesapeake, Virginia, southeastern down by Virginia Beach.
Roger, Mike. All right, sir. 73, sir. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend, and if you get a chance, join us next Friday.
All
right, I appreciate it. You have a good weekend, too. 7-3.
Roger. And gosh, look at the time. It's 5:06. I've been a pumpkin for 6 minutes. You got to get out of here. If you participated in the show, want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, followed by today's date, 11/13/20, it will take you to this recording. And we did start recording at 3:30, and now it's 7 after 5. So anybody that was on the net has been recorded. And if you want to hear what you sound like, you would go to YouTube and do that call it a search, KC9VKV, along with today's date, 11/13/20, and it'll take you right there. And so we got to get out of here, and we will be returning this frequency to normal amateur radio use. This is KC9VKV clear.
9VKV clear.
That station, before you go, what microphone do you have?
You speaking to me, sir?
Yes, sir. That thing is loud in Illinois.
Yes, sir. This is a homebrew concoction, condenser microphone through a ART preamp, which furnishes the voltage for the condenser mic into an older, about a 35-year-old 990, Yaesu 990, heavily modified in transmit and receive, and then up to a no SWR dipole antenna in transmit. We're using two 10-foot loops in receive, along with 4 other internet SDR receivers to give us some capabilities to pick up our 100-watt friends a little better, Roger?
Watt friends a little better, Roger.
Okay. Well, I'm a new ham percent of that. But that was okay. I appreciate the effort. Good afternoon to you. KD9QFX, over.
Roger, give me your call sign phonetically, please, sir.
Kilo, Delta, Niner, Quebec, Foxtrot, X-ray, over.
Roger, Roger. Well, we got you on the tape, sir, and if you want to hear your audio, you would go to YouTube and do that call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by today's date, 11/13/20, and you will be right at the end of that, Roger.
Okay, we definitely appreciate it, and we definitely will take a look at that. We'll take a listen to that, I would say. Okay, appreciate it. Have a great evening. Have a super safe weekend there, over.
Roger, what's the name there?
Kenny.
Kenny, and is that a hand mic you're using?
Yes. Yeah, it's Yaesu 450D there, over.
Roger, I would take that microphone to the side of my mouth. I would make it touch the side of my mouth and talk across it. Try that and let me hear you.
Yeah, I've heard that before. I wonder, I'm doing it right now. Is it better?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You pick up a lot of transient stuff when you work directly into that mic, but you eliminate most of that when you just pull it to the side of your mouth. Actually touch the side of your mouth and talk across it, Roger.
Okay. I'm definitely going to take that advice. Yeah, I've heard that before. It takes out a lot of the, I guess, the voice bumping on the mic and stuff.
Well, it's transients from your voice that get in there with your words. And what we want to do is just transmit the words, not the mouth noises. So that will minimize it. But I tell you what, if you really wanted to do one better than that, would be to go down to your local music store and get yourself a foam windscreen that will fit right over that hand mic. And you'll need a little piece of masking tape to put on your hand mic on the right side of it, because when you put that foam windscreen over it, sometimes it's hard to tell which is the right side of the mic to be talking into. So just put yourself a little masking tape, white masking tape on the right side that sticks below the windscreen, and then you can tell you got the right end of the microphone, Roger.
Okay, that's a good idea. I will definitely do that. Let me put it back to the side again. Yeah, I will definitely do that. I'm thinking about getting a microphone processor that works with the cable and plugs right into the radio.
Yes, sir. Now, what radio are you running?
It's Yaesu 450D.
450 Dog, is that a Roger?
Yes.
Roger. Well, it sounds pretty good. Do you know where your mic EQ is on that radio?
Yes, I put it at 6. I put it at level 6.
Well, now, you have adjustments. It's not just one thing. Usually you at least have 2 controls or 3 controls, depending normally. Roger?
Well, this one has, as far as the tones and stuff like that, it has I think it's 9 different settings there, over.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me give you a hint there, Kenny. That can be difficult, but what you want to do is try to keep your mid-range flat. Try to keep your mid-range frequencies flat, and that would be like from 500 cycles to 1.5 K. Put all those neither cut nor boost, flat mode, because what you want to do, what an equalizer does, it balances the top end to the mid-range and the bottom end to the mid-range. Excuse me. And, excuse me. So, if you boost the mid-range, it's so much harder for the top end to catch up with it, and also for the bottom end to catch up with it. So, and usually that would be like in a three control equalizer, where the mid-range is one control, and the top end is one control, and the bottom is one control. Now you've got 8 or 9 controls there to deal with. So the principle is still the same. You want to keep the mid-range from 500 cycles to 1.5K in the flat mode, and then you would take the top-end EQs and the bottom-end EQs and adjust those to where they balance with the mid-range. And maybe we could do that some other day, Roger?
Okay, that sounds like a plan, because I'm definitely trying to get better at this, over.
Roger. Right now, looking at your audio on my spectrum analyzer, I'm seeing a bunch of activity in the upper mids, and nothing on the bottom end too much, and nothing on the real top end too much. So that's where we need to work on it. So maybe if you could give me a call there next Friday, shortly after, say, around 3:45 or somewhere in there, if you get a chance. We'll see if we could make some EQ corrections. Roger?
That definitely sounds like a plan. On this frequency here?
Yes, sir. We do a QSO-VLOG from 3:30 till 5 on Friday afternoons on this frequency, 7188.
Okay. Well, I'm just lucky to be home this time, but I will definitely reach out and see if I can catch you by the radio.
Roger, Roger. Okay, sir. 73 down that way. And where is down that way? Where are you located, sir?
I am in Waukegan, Illinois, sir. Over.
Illinois. Roger, Roger. Kenny, we'll say 73 to you, sir. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend, and join us next Friday. Roger.
Roger, Roger. I will do that. Have a great weekend, and most of all, have a safe one there. Over.
Roger. And if you want to hear where your audio is now, we have been recording, and we have got you recorded. So if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, along with today's date, 11/13/20, that will take you to our QSO, will take you exactly to this recording. And you'll be at the end of this recording if you wanted to speed read down to it, but you might find some of the other portions of this broadcast interesting as far as stations checking in and their sounds, and then you'll be able to hear your sound, and you'll probably hear what I'm talking about maybe needing to broaden out your EQ curve just a little bit. So we'll say 73 for now, Kenny, and we'll see you next Friday. And with that, 17 minutes past 5. We've been a pumpkin for 17 minutes. That's what happened to it. I was going through the morphos of becoming a pumpkin there. Anyway, we got to get out of here, so we'll say 3 is all. We've enjoyed it. Hope you have, and if so, join us next Friday. Now we will be returning this frequency to normal amateur radio use. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, clear. Somebody was in Dallas, Texas at 4. You say 4:15?
Well, it's 4 o'clock here when it's 5 o'clock there. I guess where you are.
Roger. I just went to my my dipole antenna. I'm copying you a little bit better. Who we got there?
Oh, this is Donald, W5DAM in Dallas, Texas. I'm on a new Yazoo, but I called quite a few times, but just didn't get through.
Yes, well, conditions aren't exactly perfect. I hear you back in there. You're probably about 4 dB above my local noise level, Roger.
Oh, Roger. Well, you're like 20 over 9 with your audio, but you're actually sometimes S7, sometimes S9.
Roger that. All righty, let me jump out of here, sir. Thanks for checking in.
Yeah, you're S9 right now. Coming in real well. 73.
Roger, 73. This is KC9VKV. Will be clear.